Approaching 6:49 here this Tuesday. Back with your top stories in our Smart Start before you head out the door. Some breaking developments overnight. The search is underway for a missing 19-year-old woman last seen in Penfield. Deputies say Emma Opedesano's last known whereabouts about 8:30 last night near Browncroft Boulevard and Old Browncroft Boulevard. News 8 went out there and saw first responders in the area, including members of the sheriff's office and the fire department. She was last seen wearing a navy blue short-sleeve shirt, gray sweatpants, and white sneakers. Please call 911 if you have any leads that can help in that search. And this just in, a boil water alert in Waterloo. The health department says last night a water main break caused the system to start to lose pressure, increasing the risk of a chance of untreated water making it through. Anyone who lives or works around Cayuga Street, Seneca Boulevard, Wagner Street, Waterloo Geneva Road, and Border City Road will need to boil their water for at least the next 3 days. Crews are out there currently making repairs. We are finding out more about this Rochester homeowner who shot and killed a suspect when he broke into his home to start the week. We have Ron Spitzer live with the details of what happened and why detectives say at this point no charges are coming. Ron.
Right, Brennan. So at this point, the case and evidence now go to the district attorney's office. But again, at this point, RPD saying that the shooting appears to be justified. The home on Avery Street where this happened early Monday had already been broken into twice since June. Then early yesterday, police say the homeowner used his legally registered handgun to fatally shoot the suspect after he heard him coming inside the house through the back door. When police arrived, they found the intruder dead in the kitchen.
At that point, he used his legally registered handgun and shot the guy who broke in. It appears at this point that it's a justified shooting.
My neighbor had to do what he had to do, you know what I mean? Like, it's crazy because stuff like that, again, doesn't happen over here at all.
RPD says that the intruder was on parole from a previous burglary, though that identity has not yet been revealed. Now, they also say that the homeowner is cooperating with the investigation. Brennan?
Ron, thank you. Continuing updates here. So many lives forever changed in the wake of the violence breaking out across Rochester last weekend. People are coming together to remember 2 victims in these murders, including the woman killed in a drive-by shooting early Sunday. Shakara Green was at North Street and Clifford Avenue with her friends when a passing car slowed down and someone leaned out the window, started shooting at the crowd. There were about 100 people gathered there at the intersection. Green was shot in the neck and died at the scene. 5 others were injured, and at her vigil last night, a friend of her mother told us no amount of balloons released can make the grief go away, and the city needs to step in before more innocent people get hurt.
What can we do? Where can these kids go to stop them from being so hard-headed and carrying weapons? What can we do to stop the weapons from coming in here? That's one of the main things we need to figure out. You know, we got to stay away from crowds sometimes. Sometimes we want to have fun and hang out, but, you know, these are the consequences sometimes. You know, people don't know how to act.
Police are still asking for help in developing leads for the drive-by shooting, as well as for finding the person responsible for killing a middle school student. That was early Saturday morning near North Clinton Avenue. The latest information we have on just this stunning drug raid in Greece. The police department seized $17 million worth of illegal marijuana, a ghost gun, 6 cars, and a lot of cash in this year's sting. Police arrested 2 men, Jason and Joseph Grant. During this investigation that ran from April to July, they're facing felony drug and gun charges. The State Office of Cannabis Management says it was alarmed by the amount stored in 2 warehouses and how strong these drugs were.
For example, we seized THC gummies labeled at 300 milligrams of THC per gummy. The limit in New York that is allowed is 10 milligrams of THC per gummy. Further, we found candy bars labeled at 10,000 milligrams of THC per candy bar, wherein the legal amount in New York is 100 milligrams of THC.
Detectives seized more than 615 pounds of cannabis, approximately 20,000 pounds of concentrated cannabis products, a privately manufactured firearm, also known as a ghost gun, over $219,000 in U.S. currency, 6 vehicles, and multiple high-end jewelry items.
They say they will keep testing all the products until they are destroyed. The latest we know on this legal fight about a new state law restricting local law enforcement cooperating with federal agents. The U.S. District Court for the Northern District has denied the federal government's motion asking for a preliminary injunction blocking New York's ban on 287G agreements between local agencies and ICE. This comes after the state ordered a dozen departments to terminate the agreements later this month by the 25th. New York is joining 24 other states in suing the Trump administration to block new international trade tariffs. Governor Kathy Hochul and AG Tish James argue that 10% to more than 12% levies violate the Administrative Procedure Act and harm state economies. The lawsuit wants a 3-judge panel at the Court of International Trade to declare the taxes illegal and to send out full refunds to affected state agencies. And the AG and other jurisdictions have filed a lawsuit trying to stop a federal initiative that allows agencies to share private personal data of welfare recipients. The suit claims the rule violates privacy laws and unconstitutionally forces conditions on funding for temporary assistance for needy families. While the administration is aiming to prevent fraud, plaintiffs argue the policy will only discourage those eligible from seeking essential aid due to fears of surveillance. Sunrise traffic here. Just want to show you one of the expressways getting going on this Tuesday. A Greater Rock Sky Eye looking live over downtown 490 east and westbound, getting busy. It'll be a little slow in Webster as the Monroe County DOT is starting to pave Bay Road from 104 up to Lake Road, wrapping up that project where they've done some milling and some culvert work. Expect delays. Crews are out from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. That is today through Thursday. For the first time since 1973, Erie County is no longer the owner of the home of the Buffalo Bills. The ownership of the new Highmark is now transferred to the state. The county says this ownership change caps off a significant series of events leading to the state-of-the-art facility. The first game, quote unquote, for the preseason will be next Saturday, the 15th. Against the Carolina Panthers. Got the blue and red there first up this week. Today, it's day 5 of Bills practice for Camp Ad Fisher. Head coach Joe Brady confirms C.J. Gardner-Johnson is lucky that he doesn't have a more serious injury. He's got a calf strain, so for that Saturday. Brady offered no time frame on his return. Linebacker Dorian Williams a full go at practice for his first time at camp workouts. Defensive tackle Deion Walker was out working with the trainers on the side. It was the first day in full pads for the Bills. At least they went full pads for 7-on-7, took those off for team drills. Just a bit unusual. Maybe we'll see them 100% there, James, later today. And then tonight, 8:30, our sports team with Rachel, Caleb, and Thad recapping it all, the storylines, injury notes, and what they saw, giving you the play-by-play rundown. It is Camp Day Recap at 8:30 on the Rochester First streaming app. And it is a completely dry, sunny day there at 8:30.
Yeah, if you get the tickets today, tomorrow, much better than what it has been.
I know, compared to day 1 and then yesterday, when it was just, yuck out.
Yeah, a good finish to the day there, but practice is in the morning. 8-day forecast here. I got rid of the rain chance, at least in the text for tomorrow. I still keep the 20% in there. But otherwise, I think your Wednesday does look good. And dry time, we're on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, but still thinking there's going to be passing scattered storms in the forecast.
See you for the podcast, 9 to 9:30 on the Rochester First streaming app. Second cup of sunrise. The big story today. I saw all of James' eyes yesterday after the doctor appointment. CBS Mornings on the way at 7.
Get the Rochester First streaming app today for everything you love from News 8 on demand. Plus exclusive shows you won't see anywhere else. Search ROC and download for free on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV.